Members of the public can make public comments by audio or by audio and video as permitted by the Zoom electronic communication platform. Now, while in this Zoom meeting, press on raise hand on the bottom left corner of the computer screen or mobile device. Raise hands allows participants to notify the host that they would like to speak without interrupting them. If you are calling in, press star 9 on your telephone to raise your hand. Central Planning Board will be mindful of the number of items on the agenda and will move as expeditiously as possible to complete the agenda. However, due to the amount of development requiring board review and the complexity of projects, it may not be possible to hear every item if the meeting runs later than 11 p.m. In the event that the agenda is not completed by 11 tonight, the board will finish hearing the applications that are in the process of listening to, but no new applications will be called after that item is complete. Any applications that were not heard by that time will be rescheduled to the earliest available date, which will be announced on the record if possible. The Newark Central Planning Board meeting is now called to order. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Commissioner Jordan? Present. Commissioner Bias?
Present.
Commissioner Purdy? He is absent. Commissioner Timmons? We have his absent. Commissioner Scott Roundtree? We have his absent. Commissioner De Silva? Here. Commissioner James?
Here.
Co-Chair Witcher?
Here.
Chair Richardson?
Here.
We have a quorum, Chair.
Okay, let's start with the extensions. And the first up is CPB 21-65, which is 930 McCarter Highway. The applicant's available.
Yes, the attorney, Jennifer Phillips, should be joining us.
Good evening, Chairman.
Good evening.
Thank you. I cut out there for a moment, but I believe you called the extension for 930 McCarter. My name is Jennifer. My name is Jennifer Phillips Smith. I'm an attorney with Gibbons PC, and I do represent the applicant, which is now known as 930 McCarter Urban Renewal LLC. Previously, it was known as Newark Waterfront Associates LLC, but subsequently became an urban renewal entity. The applicant previously received preliminary and final major site plan approval from this board by a resolution adopted September 27th, 2021. Since that time, it's been very diligently pursuing all of the permits and approvals that it needs to get this project under construction. The project is a 33 residential unit tower with ground floor commercial space and other amenities like parking and so forth. That's located at Block 1, Lot 46.02 along McCarter Highway. We have reached the point where we actually have received building permits. The applicant actually applied for building permits on March 3rd of 2023. I had a few issues to still work out and didn't receive sewer and water approval until January of this year. It also then subsequently received some state level approvals. It's obtained building permits on March 2024 of this year and actually commenced site work and foundation work already. But we were informed in April that we needed to seek an extension of the period of zoning approval, which is a 2-year period that began running on September 27, 2021, in order to obtain our building permits for the building itself. So that is why we are here this evening, to seek your approval for that 1-year extension so that we may continue to get our building permits for the building. I do have Omar Mansour here this evening. If there's any questions you have of him, he is the Director of Planning, Development, and Construction. Verify everything I just said if need be.
Okay. Board, any questions or comments regarding this extension? Hearing none, are there any questions or comments from the public?
Not at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Motion to approve 1 year.
Second. Moved by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner James. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy is on. Commissioner, do you have a vote? I'm gonna come back. Commissioner Byers?
Yes.
No, I don't vote, no.
Okay. Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, your extension has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Let's move to the next extension, which is CPB 20-22, which is 10 Grant Street. The applicant's available.
Yes,
Ms.
the
Moore.
attorney Marsha Moore will be joining.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the board, professionals. My name is Marsha Moore on behalf of the applicant Edwin Estrada. So this applicant was before the board in April of 2021. There was a resolution adopted in May of 21. This is a proposed 4-story, 8 residential buildings. The applicant is in the process of resolving our resolution compliance. We have received approval from Mr. Barry as far as planning consultant. We recently received our engineering approval, and we are in the process of or negotiating, trying to resolve water and sewer. So we are seeking a 2-year resolution, a 2-year extension of our approvals.
Is this your first extension?
Our first extension, however, the 2 years has lapsed, so we are, in order to extend it through next year, rather than come back in another week or so, we're asking for a 2-year extension.
Understood. Thank you. Board, any questions or comments? Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Motion to extend. Seconded.
Moved by Commissioner Jordan, second by Co-Chair Witcher. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Byers,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, your extension has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Let's move to CPB 19-20, which is 698-700 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. The applicant's available. This is Miss Perez. Okay.
Yes.
I think she has all the rest tonight.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Jennifer Carrillo Conofoli on behalf of 698 MLK Boulevard LLC. My office did submit by letter dated April 18th a request for a 3 years extension, so permitted under law is the 3 1-year. This applicant has never received an extension on this property. The goal is to submit to finalize compliance, to submit permits before September of this year. So in order to do so, we do need an extension on the approvals. And again, and just for the board's recollection, the project was the development of it's to renovate an existing vacant structure so that it can house 15 dwelling residential units.
Thank you. Board, any questions?
Yeah, Chairman, why 3 years? Can that be, why it take 3 years?
Well, because candidly, the statute allows us to request that, and the approvals are valid for 2 years. So we need the 3 years to get us through September of this year. Otherwise, the 2-year would still not allow us to get permits. It would have expired.
All right, makes sense. Thank you.
Understood. Board, any other questions or comments? Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
None at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Move it.
Seconded.
Moved by Commissioner Baez, second by Commissioner De Silva. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
No.
Commissioner Byers,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, the extension has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you.
Chair, if we may, we skipped
Yes.
number 3. Oh, I'm sorry.
Did we?
No, it's okay. I know you have the rest of them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Get them out the way.
You are 100% right. Good catch. Thank you. CPB 21-87, which is 172, 174, Stuyvesant Avenue. I looked right at that too and went right to the next one.
So this one is the owner. So if you're here representing this application, thank you. Mr. Anderson.
Yep, good evening, board.
Good evening.
I represent the Akanbi family. I believe Joel Akanbi may be on the call right now. Joel, are you on? He said he might come on. We're requesting an extension. The zoning paperwork, after some delay, was resubmitted for approval. There were a number of items in the original zoning approval that had to be revised, which were not done by the prior architect. A subsequent architect is superseding, has done those zoning updates and has been submitted to the board. And we are now requesting an extension of the original approval so that we can obtain building department approval for the next 30 to 45 days and build the two-family structure.
How long of an extension are you asking for? You didn't specify.
I apologize. This would be the first extension, and so we are asking for a 2-year.
2 years, okay. Board, any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, if I might, Mr. Anderson,
Mr.
are
Beck?
you with a law firm?
No, I work with the architect.
Okay, so you're just appearing as an architect, just helping the family out.
Yes,
All right.
I represent the family.
Do you know offhand when the original application was approved?
2022. I have it. If you give me a moment, I'll pull up the file.
It was approved in August of 2022.
Okay, Carissa, I'll just need that date.
Okay,
of the
I can
approval.
give it to you.
Yeah, that's fine. You can text it to me later, but I just
Okay.
want to keep it in the file. So it's a 2-year extension. Okay.
We only
I
got
have
involved in the last
questions.
3 months.
Thank you, Mr. Beck. No problem.
Just
Board,
answer-
any questions or comments? Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
Yes, this is the first extension?
Yes, and we've only became involved 3 months ago. So
Commissioner Purdy, you good?
Good, yes.
Okay. Any other questions or comments from the board? Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
None at this time, sir.
In that case, I need a motion.
Move it. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy, second by Commissioner James. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Byers.
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Let's move to CPB 21-69, which is
Chair
124.
You cut
Yes.
out. Did you say yes? I'm sorry.
I said yes.
Okay, thank you.
See that thumb? All right. CPB 21-69, which is 124-126 Hudson Street. Are the applicants available?
Good evening, Jennifer Perez Amapoli on behalf of Brick City Capital. We are before you this evening on a request by letter dated February 27th for an extension of an approval that was secured by resolution October 18th, 2021 for the construction of a new 5-story multifamily mid-rise building for 17 residential units. We have subsequently received all compliance review and our permit application is pending with the city. However, we have reached the lapse we've reached the end of our approvals and we're looking for an extension for a period of 2 years This will be our first request. This applicant has not received any prior extensions.
Thank you. Board, any questions or comments? Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
So move.
Second it.
Moved by Commissioner James, second by Commissioner Byers. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Since the first, yes.
Commissioner Baez,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher. Yes. Chair Richardson.
Since it's the first, yes. All right, let's go to CPB 22-11, which is 138-144 Clinton Avenue and 810 Murray Street and 79-81 Brunswick Street. I think that's all of the streets. Okay.
Good evening again, Jennifer Lopez on behalf of the applicant, Clinton Equities LLC. We received an approval by this board on March 21st. That approval was memorialized on April 4th, 2022. And it is for the development of 71 residential units with commercial spaces and parking. This project is a collaboration between the City of Newark, a church, and my client, and so they are subject to an RDA. They are now working out some final issues on the redevelopment agreement with the city, and so as a result of that, we are requesting a 2-year extension. This is our first time also seeking an extension, but we are asking for the 2-year to allow us the time for compliance and to finalize any amendments that are required with the city as it relates to the redevelopment.
Thank you. Board, any questions or comments? Hearing none.
Yeah.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, Chairman, Mr.
Commissioner
young lady,
Byers.
She got the whole project tonight, so I'm happy with it. So let's go, sir.
And any other questions or comments from the board?
Chair.
None. All right. Commissioner James. Yes, sir.
So, Council, just for clarity purposes, this is a RDA. So the city is the co-developer and the city owns the property, or what's the redevelopment agreement?
No, so the redevelopment agreement is the city designated property to St. Luke AME, one of the lots.
Yeah, okay.
And so by virtue of them having an interest in a reverter provision, they're a party to this.
Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
That's it.
Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Move it.
Motion to approve 3-year extension.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy, second by Commissioner Byers. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Baez.
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, extension has been approved. Good luck. I'm gonna go to the last one because this one is adjourned. CPB 24-22, which is 236-238 and 240 Kier Avenue. Ms. Perez.
Yes, so we are, I'm here on behalf of 240 Cure Cap LLC. They are seeking an adjournment. We received the professional reports, and the applicant would like an opportunity to revise and address the concerns that were noted in the planner's report. They will be revising the plan based on the recommendations from the city. So our goal is to resubmit the provisions to the board secretary, and we will be renoticing for the next meeting if we can be adjourned to the next date, and then I will notice based on the date provided. That's okay with the board.
Mr. Barry.
Yes, Chairman.
What's the next available date?
June 24th, I believe, is our next scheduling date.
That work for you, Ms. Perez?
It does, thank you.
Okay. We'll see you June 24th.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, just for the record, Ms. Carrillo Perez, you're gonna renotice, you're not?
We are.
They're gonna
just by virtue
renotice, yes.
of the revisions that are required, yeah.
All right, let's move to CPB 22-119, which is 256-262 Lyons Avenue. Are the applicants available?
Ms. Carrillo Perez, who's on your team?
I do. I have just two individuals that will be on: Ahmed Youssef and Antonio Hawthorne. I do believe we have someone else on, but that's fine. Those two should be sufficient.
Here we go. Ms. Carrillo Perez, I have a Samir, and I don't want to talk about his last name. Is he with your project as well?
Yes, yes, you can allow.
Okay.
For some reason, I apologize, Madam Secretary. My attendee list was not populating, so I couldn't see who was on me.
No, it's
All right. So if I can proceed, Mr. Chair. So good evening, Jennifer Carrillo Perez of Foley on behalf of Tactical Development Group, the owner of and designated redeveloper of the property. This property is located in the C2 Community Commercial Zone. We are before you this evening on an application for the development of a new 5-story mixed-use building with ground floor commercial retail space and residential units on the upper floors. Specifically, the project will include approximately 1,700 square feet of commercial retail space and 28 residential units on floors 2 through 5, comprised of 1 and 2 bedroom units, amenity space, and parking spaces. I'd like to note for the record that the applicant will comply with the 20% of the units, which will be set aside for affordable, consistent with the City of Newark's inclusionary zoning ordinance. In connection with this application, the relief that's being requested, we are also asking for 2 C variances. One relates to the excessive side yard setback, where minimum side yard setback of 0 is permitted and more than 0 is proposed to accommodate for parking. Excessive illumination. We are also requesting a waiver for the 2-way commercial traffic access driveway. The applicant has submitted an affidavit to your board secretary providing adequate proof of this hearing. We had been carried from a prior hearing and can attest and affirm to the board that all of the outstanding issues that were raised at that point have been addressed. To date, we have received the planner's report dated March 21st and then updated May 1st, 2024, and we will address all the questions throughout the testimony that are noted, all the questions noted therein throughout our testimony. And we received a report from the Department of Engineering as well as the Division of Water and Sewer Supply. And we will again address and we'll work to submit the revisions and address their questions through testimony. I'd like to stipulate that we have no objections to the recommendations that are noted in any of the aforementioned reports, and will work to comply and address their concerns. We have Ahmed Youssef. He will be providing our testimony. He's our one professional that will be presenting this evening. We also have with us Antonio Hawthorne on behalf of Tactical, as well as Sandra Hanini. Should questions arise that require them to answer specifically to ownership or operations. So if the board would allow me to proceed, I'd like to have Mr. Ahmed Youssef sworn in, please.
Good evening, Mr. Youssef. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and affiliation for the record.
My name is Ahmed Youssef. I'm architect of record for this project on 256 Lines.
Mr. Youssef, can you please provide the board the benefit of your educational license, please? Your qualifications?
Yes, I have a bachelor's degree from NJIT, a master's degree from Columbia University, and my license is current and in good standing with the state of New Jersey.
And you've appeared and been qualified before the City of Newark's Planning Board in the past?
Yes, I have.
I'd like to submit Mr. Youssef.
You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Mr. Youssef, you prepared the plans that were submitted as part of this application, correct?
Yes.
And if you can, for the board's benefit, via the share screen, walk us through the proposed site plan, where the property location and existing site conditions.
Sure. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Great. As mentioned, the property address is 256 Lyons Street, aka 369-375 Clinton Place. We are in the C2 commercial zone. This is a mixed-use property, as Ms. Connolly has stated. It is currently a vacant site, as you'll see here. This is Lyons, the main street here, and Clinton diagonally on the left. There is our proposed building in the same orientation, and I will walk you through the plans. I will start at our site plan, generally in the north corner. This is north is on a diagonal, as you can see, so the lower right-hand corner is north. And I'll work my way clockwise around the building. So on the new curb, we have an outline of maple trees. We've got 5 maple trees across the sidewalk. On the building, we've got 3 main entrances. One is our lobby, and 2 entrances for the retail spaces along Lyons. We also have a new curb cut that crosses Lyons Avenue. Working our way through around the corner, we've got a new curb cut to cross Clinton Place. We have 2 maple trees on the outer perimeter of the sidewalk and 0 entries in the building on this facade. Working our way up, we have a new curb cut for vehicular parking access, and is secured by a barrier gate, swing arm barrier gate, such as this. And basically the rest of the site is outlined on the property line with a 5-foot iron fence, such as this one. Along that backside of the building, landscaping includes some grass areas. Mm-hmm. We have birch trees and azalea plants, as you can see in our plant schedule. Birch, azalea plants, maple trees. Working our way around this corner, we also have a new bike rack for resident bike storage. And continuing along that edge is that meets a solid wall that eventually becomes the east side facade of the building.
Mr. Youssef, before you proceed with testimony regarding the building, to your knowledge, does the applicant owner have any approvals or easements granted to Essex County to permit the concrete pad that is identified in the engineer's report with the DOT box on top of it to encroach on lot 10?
I'm not aware of any easement agreements now, but we will certainly have them granted if necessary.
And the same with respect to PSE&G and or the city with respect to the electric access panel that encroaches over the southeast portion of the property line on subject 10, on lot 10?
Correct. Same
Okay.
situation there.
Great, thank you so much. You can proceed.
Along the left side here of this plan, entering the barrier gate, we have a 24-foot, 3-inch wide two-way drive lane for entry and egress of the vehicles parking in this at the site. We have 4 spaces on the upper part, 6 spaces on the lower part, one of which is an ADA compliant space, and 2 are electric vehicle charging stations. Along the back side, the upper back side of the building, we have 1 main entry egress that's directly connected to the stairs up and down the building, 1 door to the meter room, and 1 door to the trash and recycle room. On the lower portion of the back of the building is another main entrance to the ground floor lobby where you can access the elevator and stairs. 1 directly connected to the stairs themselves, and 1 door for the electrical closet, which is accessed from the exterior. Take you up to the roof. At the roof, we have 2 main bulkheads, one being the stair and elevator combined. The other one is the stair alone. We have 2 main rooftop HVAC units, which are pulled back substantially from the face of the buildings, both facades on Lyons and on Clinton, so that they are not in the line of sight from the street.
Thank you.
You see, we have dimensions, 18 feet off of the side. We are behind the bulkhead of the stairs, so it's not visible off the Lyons, and we are plus 25 feet from Clinton for the other rooftop unit.
Their setback far enough so screening is not necessary, correct?
Correct. And if we find that they are too large in the future, we will provide screening as well.
Great, thank you.
In the parking area, we've got 2 main catch basins that connect to essentially what is an oversized dry well. Our storm collection is by way of this dry well because we do not have a storm connection anywhere in the vicinity. So our intent is to oversize this dry well as needed so that all of the site water is collected here and dispersed over time through seepage. We have performed a percolation test, and we just received a report last week. So that is in the works. Is all here. I will walk you through the main floor plans.
Thank you. And just to be clear, and I apologize, Mr. Youssef. Oh, I believe there's a question. I apologize.
Sure.
No, you can finish presenting, Ms. Curl, for us to ask once.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Youssef, as it relates to, since we were talking about the exterior of the building and just ensuring that we provide the board with the information, there are some questions with respect to the lighting. We will work with the Department of Engineering to ensure that we can comply with the lighting requirements. Is that correct?
Correct. We will provide all lighting features as required by the city.
Okay, and so that means we will comply with the city lighting, and we do comply with the city landscaping requirements and the tree requirements, although there is a comment that in the event a tree would obstruct the sight of line, we would have to then obviously remove that and contribute and make the contribution to the tree fund, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Do that or locate it in a place that's more advantageous.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. If you can proceed with the floor plan.
Starting on the first floor, we're here on Lyons. As mentioned, we've got 3 main entry doors, 2 of which are for retail spaces. One is 1,000 square feet. The other one is 703 quarters, just under 800 square feet, each of which have their own handicap accessible bathroom, and each retail space has direct access to the trash room. The other main door is the building lobby, got a vestibule entry. Directly adjacent to the lobby is our mail and package room. And along the corridor on the far right end is the tenant gym. In our lobby, we've got our elevators and our egress stairs and exit door back out to the parking area. On the back side, we've got, again, our meter room, egress stairs, and trash room. The typical floors, as mentioned, floors 2 through 5. Each floor is 7 units. We've got 5 one-beds, which are in the mid 600 square foot ranges, and 2 two-bed units, which are about 900 square feet each, all surrounding a double-loaded corridor. We've got stairs the appropriate amount distance apart as required for egress, our elevator, and trash chute room. We'll go right to the elevations. Start with the material palette. Got a dark brown brick, white metal panel, travertine veneer, bronze anodized aluminum for the storefront with clear glass. You have painted plaster in an old prairie color, and tan fabric. And our main facade on Lyons Avenue, we've got a base of white metal panel along with the bronze anodized aluminum and clear glass storefront for both the lobby entry doors and the retail space doors and windows, and as well as the mailroom and gymnasium. Capping the base is a tan fabric that you'll see which wraps the corner. The main body of the building is a dark brown brick with the travertine window headers. At the top, we're reusing the same white metal panel and bronze anodized aluminum framing with clear glass.
Mr. Youssef, with respect to the awning, just to be clear, that tan fabric awning will not have any lettering or signage on that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And it is
we do. We do not intend for any signage or lettering or numbering on the fabric itself. This is basically just a weather covering for the main entries you'll see, and it's it's a nice design feature that wraps the corner on the 2 main streets.
Right. And the follow-up question I had to that was, we understand there are the 2 retail spaces. We do not have any anticipated tenants, but we understand that should they come and propose signage, the signage has to comply with the city of Newark. If not, they would have to return to the board for a variance. Is that your understanding?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Turn the corner here on Clinton Place. Again, we have the base of white metal panel, continuation of the bronze anodized aluminum storefront with clear glass. We have a sort of a geometric square feature that wraps the corner with the body of the dark brown brick from Lyons Avenue, and also the continuation of the white metal up top, bronze anodized aluminum, and clear glass windows. On what's essentially the back side, it is all a white metal panel with the bronze anodized aluminum storefront glass and mullion system. The base of the building is a painted plaster. Here you can see the fence, the bike rack, our trees and bushes. And the east facade, which is up against the property line, there are no windows here. It's all monolithic, a dark brown brick. We anticipate, future development coming up right close to this. The top of the bulkhead is all painted plaster also. And I believe that concludes my presentation.
I just had one question as a follow-up. We indicated that there was a note with respect to insufficient illumination in the parking lot. We will work to ensure that we satisfy that requirement, so that we would try to eliminate that variance as it relates to that item. Is that correct?
That is correct. We realize now that we have insufficient lighting at these corners here, and we will meet the requirements.
Great. And you've reviewed the 3 reports that I mentioned in the introduction of this application, and you do not see any issues with respect to the revisions or the conditions that were noted therein. Is that your understanding?
That is correct.
Okay, great. So thank you. I have no additional questions for Mr. Youssef.
All right, board.
Chair
Questions of
Ryan Metz has his hand up.
Ryan Metz. Let's get him sworn in. Mr. Beck.
Good evening, Mr. Metz. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I think something happened with his connection, so we could go to Mr. Trapicante, and he'll be back.
Mr. Trapicante, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Just state your name and affiliation for the record, please.
My name is Charles Trapicante. I'm a principal engineer and a professional engineer in the employment of the City of Newark Department of Engineering. My license is active and in good standing with the State Board. Can I ask?
Yes. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Mr. Youssef, one quick question. In your architect's renderings, you showed those tan awnings. Okay, will that project into the public right of way for put in place? And if so, will that require approval from the city?
We do not intend for it to overhang the public right of way. If it does in our drawings, then we will amend it so that it does not. But it is not our intention.
All right. And for Lyons Avenue, you would have to talk to Essex County. That's their road. Like our jurisdiction is only been put in place.
Yes.
No further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think Ryan is back.
Good evening, Mr. Metz. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
Yes.
Thank you. Please state your name and address for the record.
Ryan Metz. I'm 256 Palsa Avenue, Elmwood Park. I am the city tree superintendent for the city of Newark. Yeah, so if we could just go back to the drawing that was showing the landscape design there, including those trees. Okay. Yeah, so most of this looks pretty good to me, but what I would like to see for the permit applications are the distances from each tree to any objects within the right-of-way, including other trees, and then just also to make sure that any building entrances or exits are also highlighted there as well.
Yes, we do have the entries and exits. They are highlighted in this this dark triangle, as you can see. It's in the set. May not be as apparent, but
it's a little hard to see on the phone screen. But okay, yes, very good. Yeah, so if we could just have the distances delineated, just to make sure that we have the appropriate clearance to all the other objects in the right of way, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Understood. Will do.
Mr. Metz, will you be joining us regularly from now on?
I expect I will, yes.
Very good. Excellent. Ms. Perez?
I do not, thank you, Mr. Youssef. You can stop the share.
I had
Yes.
Co-chair with you.
Thank you, Chair, and I see that Commissioner Jordan also had a question. Thank you, co-chair. You want to go first? No, go right ahead. All right. So I just had a question with regards to the dry well. Is the dry well pre-existing? And if so, what is the capacity of the dry well? Relatedly, I'm asking, would it be possible at all to connect your stormwater treatment on that property to the city's lawns or not?
So the dry well is not existing. It will be new. Subsequent to the percolation test, we will size it accordingly based on what the soil allows. And we do not intend for this to be connected to the city storm system because it is probably like 2 blocks away. And we do not want to overtax the system itself.
Thank you.
Commissioner Jordan?
So I have a question about the choice for the driveway. Why was that gate chosen, and did you take into consideration the amount of traffic that goes down Clinton Place?
This specific arm barrier gate was chosen just for ease of use. I think it's easily recognizable, card key access for the tenants, and a security deterrent as well. We have not considered the traffic at Clinton Place, but there is only 10 cars here. And we do intend to alleviate any traffic by creating a right turn only situation, so that we are not turning into the intersection.
Okay, that is for the cars that are coming out of the place. But what about cars that park on the street?
Commissioner, this is in the C2 zone. We did not, and I don't believe the city opined on it because there's a 0 parking requirement here. And so the Department of Engineering did not note any commentary with respect to the parking and did not ask for any additional information given the zone. But I can defer to the planner and Mr. Trafficante.
So when do you anticipate this building going up, and how long will the construction take?
So we do have Mr. Antonio Hawthorne, who is a representative of Tactical. He can provide you that response if that's okay. Again, this project is subject to an RDA. They're the designated redeveloper, so they have only, I believe it's between 18 or 24 months to complete the project. This is a timeline that's based on a contractual agreement with the city of Newark, and so they're working towards that. So it's my understanding that they're looking to proceed expeditiously because they do have these timelines in an agreement with the city. But if I have no additional questions for Mr. Youssef, if the board, when they conclude questions with that witness, I can call Mr. Hawthorne on behalf of Tactical to provide any other responses as it relates to the timing of the project.
Commissioner Jordan?
Okay.
Hey, whoever that is, please mute your devices. We don't want to hear your conversation. Thank you.
Okay. So,
Chair Richardson, I don't know if we do have 2 hands up. I don't know if they're still wanting questions for Mr. Youssef.
Okay, who are they?
A.
For some reason, I don't see the hand.
I'm sorry, AJ and Commissioner Baez.
Okay. Commissioner Baez?
Yes, Chairman, Madam Chair. I just have a simple question. This is a residential building, right?
It is a mixed use. We have ground level retail and residential units above.
All right, so how many apartments is there?
There are 28 residential units.
Oh, okay, so we have a 50% affordable housing in there, right? Because 15 apartment and up is by law supposed to be affordable housing 20%.
We have 20% of affordable housing on site. We will have 20%.
Thank you so much. That's my question.
And then we have Mr. Jamali from Water and Sewer, who has a question. Dan.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Jamali. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and your affiliation for the record.
My name is Abdullah Jamali. I'm a principal engineer for the Department of Water and Sewer. I have a question for Mr. Youssef. You stated that you're proposing a seepage pit and you're not going to be connecting to the city system. I know it wasn't written in the memo, but this is something we need to discuss given the size of your property. It's about 11,000, a little more than 11,000 square feet. You're only about a block away, so the Department of Water and Sewer might require you to do a storm extension. There's a storm on Aldine Street, I believe, which is literally a couple hundred feet away from your property. So there is a possibility if your seepage pit is not accepted by the department, you will have to do a storm extension to your property or your stormwater overflow.
When the seepage pit and dry well are designed, we'll connect, make sure that everything is in order, and if it's not acceptable, we'll move accordingly.
Okay, noted for the record. Thank you.
No, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the city's professionals? Any other questions or comments from the board? Does that complete your presentation?
I believe Mr. Commissioner Jordan had a question with respect to the
Sure.
project. So if I can have Mr. Hawthorne sworn in.
Yes, good evening. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hawthorne. Please state your name and affiliation with this application.
My name is Antonio Hawthorne. I'm a managing member of Technical Development Group, owner of the site, 256 to 262 Lyons Avenue.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you. Mr. Hawthorne, you are Tactical as the designated redeveloper of this property, having acquired it from the city. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I think Commissioner Jordan's question was related to the timing with respect to the project. And then I apologize, Mr. Jordan, if there are additional questions, but if you can just talk about the timing, when you anticipate commencement and the construction time period.
So we're seeking to build the project expeditiously, hoping to start the construction before the end of the year. And it would take approximately 16 to 18 months to complete it.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you had additional questions. I hope that answered what was asked.
Commissioner Jordan?
Okay, that's what it's gonna start by sometime the end of the year, so that's within 6 months.
That's our hope. But
Mr. Hawthorne, you understand we still have to get the resolution and the compliance approval. So it would be upon receipt of those approvals, then at that point, 16 to 18 months for construction, correct?
Yes.
I think best case scenario would be end of the year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioners, any other questions or comments? Does that complete your presentation?
It does. Thank you.
Are there any questions or comments from the public?
Yes, Chair, we have a couple actually.
Okay, let's get them sworn in.
Yes. First, we have Jose Torres. Should be coming on. Okay, fine. So we're gonna move on. Mr. Neil Blade.
Here we are. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Nilbladi. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
Yes.
Thank you. Please state your name and address for the record.
Lee Ablade, Hydroga 02, 62 Haddon Terrace, Newark, New Jersey.
Thank
You have 3 minutes to speak.
Just had a question for the architect. I know you had you're showing in your renderings and in your drawings there are a number of trees. Can you tell me for this project how many trees are required and how many you are providing?
Yes, give me 1 second. We are providing 23 trees. No, 19 trees, and actually, those are azaleas. 12 trees and 11 azaleas. So 12 trees in total, mix of birch and maple. I'm sorry, I do not know the required numbers off the top of my head.
Yeah, I believe, if I can, if you refer to what's required as noted in the planner's report, he notes for shade trees, a total of 5, 3 are required on lions, and this is minimum shade trees, 3 on lions and 2 on Clinton Place, and 5 trees are required and 9 shade trees are proposed. And then I know there's some additional landscaping. We're not seeking any landscaping variances. We satisfy all of the requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, any other questions or comments from the public?
We have one more.
Are you sure?
Jenny?
Yes. Good evening. Do you want me to be sworn in?
Yes.
Mr. Beck?
Yes, I am doing that as we speak. Good evening. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Janice Frello. I am with the Pavilion Apartments, and I live in the great city of Newark, New Jersey. I was a little confused about, well, I have several questions. So, are we meeting the requirements for the trees? Is that a yes or a no?
Yes. Yes, Ms.
Thank you. That's what I thought. But if we're not able to meet those requirements, can we please find another area to put those trees working with the city? And the other concern is how many apartments will be 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, or studios?
So as
Each floor?
yeah, I
Go ahead,
can.
Jennifer.
No, I was going to say, with respect to your first question, your first request, we'll follow the city ordinance and follow the lead of the city arborist. So we'll comply with whatever the arborist suggests. Mr. Youssef, if you can give a breakdown of the plans with respect to the number of 1s and 2 bedrooms.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. On each floor, we have 5 1-bedroom units and 2 2-bedroom units. So in total, there's 4 residential floors, so there'll be 20 1-bed units, and what is that? 8 2-beds.
Okay. And my other question is, Will these apartments have any type of amenities such as laundry rooms or a laundry area? Or will there be on-site laundry somewhere in the building?
This unit is intended to have a laundry room. And there's also a mail package room as an amenity and a gym space.
Okay, so would the laundry room be downstairs in the basement or some particular area? Because I didn't see that particular area for laundry.
No, they will be in-unit laundry rooms. So each
Okay.
apartment will have
So
a
they will
washer
have a
and dryer.
little, okay. And so would this, all the apartments be electric? Solely run
Yes.
on electric?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
If I could just real quick, just about the tree fund. Whenever we have trees,
just so audit. Just put your name on the record.
Oh, sorry, Ryan Metz, the city tree superintendent again. Just wanted to say that we will be making the effort to have trees planted within the areas for the new buildings whenever we can't fit trees directly on site. We haven't exactly got everything written down yet, but we're looking at trying to keep it within a quarter mile in all circumstances.
Thank you, Mr. Metz. But you do know that the city of Newark is in need of trees.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair?
Yes, Commissioner Baez.
I just wanted to say, I am hello to Mr. Polo. I didn't see her for a long time, and it's a pleasure to see her listen to the meeting. Mr. Polo, hello. Miss you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baez. Madam Secretary, are there any other persons wishing to speak from the public?
Not at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy, second by Commissioner Baez. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Jordan?
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy?
Nice look for Lawrence Adam, yes.
Commissioner Baez?
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva?
Yes.
Commissioner James?
Yes.
Co-Chair Richard?
Yes.
Chair Richardson?
Yes, sorely needed on that corner. Needs something there. The application's been approved. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, we got minutes from April 22nd. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes? Are there any comments, corrections, or concerns regarding the minutes? Hearing none. I need a motion.
Motion to approve the minute.
Second.
Moved by Co-Chair Richard, second by Commissioner Purdy. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. The ayes have it. Mr. Beck, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The following resolutions will be memorialized this evening. The first 5 were approved at last meeting, which was dated April 22nd. Those are as follows: CPB 17-59, 167 Ferry Street, CPB 20-61, 87-95 Halsey Street, CPB 23-100, 549 North 6th Street, CPB 24-06, 109 North 7th Street, CPB 24-21, 518-530 South Street, and this evening, an extension, CPB 19-20, which was 698 700 MLK. All of those applications were approved and are up to be memorialized this evening. All those commissioners that voted affirmatively are permitted to memorialize same. And if there are any objections, please put them on the record as of now. If not, we'll memorialize these resolutions.
Thank you, Mr. Beck. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. That concludes the meeting. Our next meeting is May 20th. Stay safe out there, everyone.